Hello and welcome to another Supreme Commander cast. This is actually a submission that I got from one of the players in the game, and I'm told it's going to be a very good one, so I'm quite excited for this and I hope it is indeed a good game. So quite high rated players here, averaging between 1600 and 2300 for Mr. Blöde down in the southwest in his purple color of royalty. But he's not royalty, he's just Blöde. So yeah, it's a reasonably sized map. There's quite a sizable reclaim field in the middle. It's not a ginormous amount of mass here, but it's big enough that you're going to have to fight for it. Whoever secures this will have a decisive advantage. Quite a lot of mexes in the front as well, so all of this is going to do well to encourage aggressive gameplay. We do have a fast bomber out for Arxum Cat, so we'll have to see what damage it does. It's definitely going to try and get a lot of work done, killing the first engineer, so that's great. And those kind of attacks can really be disruptive, because now, this is Grumplex down here. Grumplex is going to have to re-queue again the rock. He thought he might have done it already. He did do it already, but maybe he forgets to get the rock and mass stalls. That kind of shit happens all the time. So these kind of attacks can really be quite disruptive. T1 mobile AA coming off the bomber, which is absolutely the right counter. It's cheap, it's mobile, it denies the bomber coverage, and if the bomber somehow accidentally walks into its airspace, it will get shot down. So it's a fantastic counter. Early on, if you don't have an air factory, obviously an interceptor to counter the bomber is great. Blöde, is he... Okay, he doesn't know what the bomber is. He doesn't quite have that radar vision, but he does have the scout with the AA, which I really like. It really helps to keep control of where the bomber is, but it's coming again at Grumplex, who didn't have the high enough IQ to build a mobile AA. Haha. I lied, he does have a high enough IQ to build an AA, but gets one missile from the Sky Slammer, which is just going to be the gentlest tickle of discouragement. Coming in to get another kill. So what I like about this bomber is that he's not focusing on any particular player, because they will build the defenses appropriate, but the allies might not have learned from the mistake. But we do have AA from Squall, because he's actually really good. As is a few other guys. Haza didn't elect to build mobile AA, even though the presence of the bomber is obvious. Oh my god. Is he really going to lose 5 starting P-gens to a T1 bomber? A scouted T1 bomber, and knowing about T1 bomber, oh my, that is some... Haza, you bring shame to your family. I don't know if you know this, but they're currently having a meeting whether or not to disown you or not. I hope Haza doesn't watch this video. But he's epically power stalling now because he lost 5 P-gens. And also, that's just generally good advice to not cluster your P-gens like this, to put them, have gaps in between them. So that kind of disaster can't happen. You have a smaller disaster. So is the bomber finally dead? It has been dispatched, but that bomber has done his family proud. There's a picture of that bomber hanging up in his parents' living room. Just as you come into the house, that's what you see, a picture of that bomber. They're very, very proud of his achievements and accomplishments. You can't visit that bomber's family without hearing stories about his achievements. Okay, so Squall trying to return the favor with this bomber of his own. Obviously, it'll be a lot less effective because this is a little bit later in the game. People have AA up. There'll be interceptors. It could still get a bunch of kills, especially if engineers are clumped like this. So that's a good hit. That's a fine hit. And it's going to get another hit too. So a lot of lessons have been learned here today. If you see a bomber, just build one T1 mobile AA. That's the great counter to it. Don't put your P-gens next to each other. Space them about. It costs you almost nothing. Oh my god. And don't clump your engineers just like this. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Have them spaced out. So, and those are mitigation things that you kind of need to do before the bombers arrive. Just breeding good habits. And I think once upon a time people learned not to do it like this. But then we forgot. And then bombers became popular again. And I think we're really learning those lessons as a community. And this kind of bomber abuse is going to continue to happen until people are figuring out how to just learn some of those mitigation methods. Because it doesn't cost you anything to space your P-gens up, but people don't do it anymore. Like, all clustered. Has anybody spaced out their P-gens? Okay, so Ashram Cat kind of did a little bit. I'm really curious now, did anyone space out the P-gens? Wolfie definitely didn't. He kind of did the same thing that Heartset did. This is absolutely not what you should do with the bombers around. An energy storage surrounded by T1 P-gens. Oh my goodness. Arthur Knob is going to learn some lessons, and he'll learn to not do this in the future when he gets punished by it. He might not get punished by it during... He might not get punished by it this game, but he will be at some point in the future, and he'll learn not to do that. Grimplex make the play in the middle for the mass. A lot of comms in the middle in the mass, as there all should be. We have 4 comms here at the moment. I'm wondering if there should be more. We've got Grey comms, we've got Red comms, we've got Grimplex, and Bloater is keeping his comm in space. Okay. And we have Wi-Fi's comms getting gun upgrade. We have... Where is Arthur Knob's comm? I don't see him right now. He's right in the middle, can absolutely... does he die here? He dies here. He's not getting away out of this. He's dead. So hopefully Arthur Knob is going to learn some lessons in this reality. But I don't think the lesson he's going to learn is to build energy storage surrounded by T1 P-gens. That's not the lesson he'll take away from this one. Hopefully he takes the lesson to not have it come in such an aggressive forward and vulnerable position. Bad choices were made, that's for sure. Saints and Musi try and survive. The green players are on the same team, which is convenient for color scheme. He's trying to get away. He stopped walking, which is a crisis. Could he have survived if he didn't stop walking? Probably not. He still probably would have been dead, but... Oof. And he has an Ilshiva out, but it's all too late. So Hearts and Squall cooperating very well together to get that kill. It is full share on, so Walsh is going to get an eco, so not the worst crisis actually. Donating 1600 eco to a 1900 player, often considered an advantage, but you lose out of the micro from 1600 player, which is actually worth quite a lot. So I would think it's definitely a loss for top team at this point. It's not for the best. This T1 PD, hoping to survive, it gets denied. So we have this red coming from Grimplex up into the middle, which is very good work to see. Oh my goodness, these Mantis are going to get all up on these engineers. There is a PD there, so, and a gunship. So they should be able to kill a heap of engineers before they die. But this is also critical scouting information to know that White is on T2 air with gunships, almost certainly looking for a sniper of some description, but also denying build power to those factories. So really, really very important stuff. Let's turn sound down a little bit because I am worried it's too loud. The explosions and the shooting is just so noisy. Why can't they make Warfare just quieter? Wolfie pushing Heartset back with his gun upgrade, but bottom team has secured the middle resources, so that'll give them a decisive advantage, and also the decisive advantage that Arthur Knob is dead. Bloater seems to be just comfortable sitting back ecoing. He has gun upgrade on his comm, so he wants to push that forward and cause a mischief of some description, I'm sure. Let's check his eco. His eco is 59 versus Archum Cat of 43, 51, 32, so reclaim. So Broder seems to be better up on the eco for the moment. So that should secure him additional advantage in the future. So we give the gunships piling up for Wish, but they were scouted. It was obvious he's going for a gunship and almost certainly a snipe. So we definitely want to see some AA here, Squall, to deal with this. So hopefully he has a plan to not die to gunships, as all bottom teams should have. Okay, he has a bunch of interceptors, so presumably that's his plan. It's a good plan. And hope maybe he's even trying to bait him in. There are Swift Winds out for Wish, and I actually don't have a good feeling for how Swift Winds compete with the 2 interceptors. I don't know how many need for each Swift Wind, I just don't. But Squall here with interceptors versus its gunships, what they're going to go for, they're going to go for eco. But I'm not quite sure what they're aiming for. But with Squall's interceptors, they're not going to get much work done. So you actually need to take out Squall's interceptors first. Does Wish know about the interceptors? I don't know if he does. So Skull making the move on Wish, so Wish is gonna send in his gunships and bombers onto Skull's commander, hoping to get a kill. Skull's interceptors coming in, but so is Wolfie's. There's a big air fight here, and if Skull doesn't win this air fight, he will die. His gunships are going to do a number on him, and Blue's coming in with the interceptors as well. Everyone's here. It's a shit show. Things are down all over the place. It's very likely he's going to win. The gunships are on the back being kept alive. Bloated here was well the interceptors. So I think bottom team has it. Bottom team has one air control, so the gunships aren't going to be able to do their work. We do have some flak out for Wi-Fi. He's getting all sorts of kills, 5 kills, and he should get some more. So everyone, like that was some great high level play. Everyone had the map awareness to know that there's an air fight coming in, and everyone just threw the interceptors at it because everyone had interceptors because you need them to stay alive. So that was very impressive from everyone. And in that ruckus, Bloater is pushing on the left hand side, taking out some PD with some RD very, very easily, and looks like he's pulling back, not wanting to lose his units to the commander, while Bloater is pushing where the enemy's commander isn't. Okay, so Wish is choosing to continue the gunship strategy but going T3 air. Okay, so that could be a hazard if bottom team isn't going T3 air as well, and it doesn't look like they are, so top team should have an advantage with T3 air for quite some time, and that can be decisive. It depends what he does or what he goes for. ASFs and probably a strap armor. ASFs and strap armors, or strap armor and ASFs? Who knows the order of things? But we'll keep a keen eye out on it. We also have TMD scattered around the map. Some people have TMD, others do not. But that just, yeah, lets you know that people don't wait to be TML before they build TMD. They understand the risks that even the potential of it poses. So that's also good to see. It's a small map, so TMD can reach a large distance. Everyone's kind of just echoing up and eyeing each other out, although Harzer is looking to push on Wi-Fi, even though there's a triad here that will help, but that triad can go down very, very quickly, especially with Scott has his T2PD here too. The armies come together to make a push, but we do have Ilshever and Monkey, so it doesn't look like either player here has a decisive advantage, but whoever wins the battle is going to get some reclaim field, so that is maybe what they're fighting for. They're fighting for the corpses of everyone. The gunship out from Wi-Fi that lasts very long. Hearts is going absolutely a ham, charging in there. T1 PD being built very, very quickly. Good response to the comp push. And now more gunships in to try and get the kill in Harzer, but there is enough flak here that I don't think there's much of a threat. You're going to need more than these gunships to kill them. This is it's a bad call to send the gunships in. Maybe he didn't know about the AA, but those gunships still need to die there that day. We have MMLs doing work here. T2PD pushing the left hand side. Oh my goodness, Blue loitered too much on the front lines. Probably taking T2PD fire. That didn't seem like a wise life choice. But there's a lot going on the map. Grimplex is choosing to go in for another raid with hoplites. And he had, okay, good, he brought a flag because otherwise those gunships will do some work. And yeah, Wish's commander is here. And I hope this army isn't big enough to kill Wish's commander. I don't think it is. No, it's not. So Wish is feeling confident enough with that. This calm is too weak to be this far forward. Any kind of bomber rush on him could take him out one time. And if anybody is choosing to go for it, it could be very, very, very dangerous. Do we have an Aeon on the bottom team? We don't, because I'm thinking Mercies. Okay, there is no Aeon in the bottom team, but you shouldn't be here, buddy. I really don't think you should be there. It's a much dangerous situation for you to be in. So you've got MMLs out on all sides of the map. This raid from Grimplex is still going forward, still doing work, still doing damage. The gunships are finally on, so the banger is dead. There's even a stealth been sent with it. That's a very, very nice touch. So units can be easily missed. And we've got interceptors from Grimplex out to take out the gunships. That's fantastic. That's really cool to see. So baiting Wish into an air fight was lovely. Heaps of MMLs coming out from Arch. Look, I don't know how I feel about this. In fact, I know exactly how I feel about this. I don't like it. Because they just die. They're so fragile. They don't help you at all in any kind of team fight. They might take out the T2 PD, but if you're just out of range of the PD, that kind of seems like a way of nullifying it. I know it's popular. I guess people find utility in it, but building 7, I think is maybe a bit too much. To invest this kind of mass, personally, I'd rather go for a T2 Adi. That kind of also helps counter a sniper bot and has longer range and more utility. And if you don't feel like you need it anymore, you can always just reclaim it. Those MMLs almost guarantee you're going to die somewhat in a land fight, but we'll see how this goes out. I think the sniper bot's going to happily clear them out, but that is a terrible sniper he missed. Okay, so there is a T2 Adi here. Okay, that's cool. T1 P-gens around it will make it shoot faster, and that's a cheap way. Wi-Fi's give it no shits. He's going forward with a shield on his commander, but his helm's right on the front line. He does have shields with him. He does have AA, so he's thinking he's probably reasonably safe. He's doing some work. He's got 3 vet. He's got nano and engineering, but he's up against Squall and Hearts. So good job to Wi-Fi, because he's basically taking on 2 people. Well, I want to say almost by himself, but there are a whole heap of Ilshua from Wesh, and they're gonna. I don't know if it's enough here to get a comm kill. I don't think so. This overcharge on those comms will take out this PD, and all these comms are vetted and upgrades, and so I'm not quite sure these Ilshimas are posing the threat that they might need to, but they just create an epic mass field reclaims here. We've got a TML out, so that's going to do some work. I don't see any PD here, T2RD here yet. We have ASFs. I have seen a few coming out from Wesh, but no strap bombers yet. So I'm wondering if he's missed his opportunity to do that. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry I missed that. I have no idea how he died. I literally have no idea how he died. Was that a Control K? I'm gonna have to watch the replay, because I literally have no idea how he died. Sorry about that. No idea how he died. Okay, so all the base has been given to blue. Okay, so, I mean, they're still in it. 2 versus 4. The micro is going to be difficult. TML is doing some work on the right-hand side. We have got Othams now out for Bloder, going against mostly tier 1 from blue. There's a lot going on here, but... Okay, we've got Restorer coming out now. So, against T1, I think Restorer will do quite happily against T1. How did he die? The mysteries of the universe will only be revealed to me when I watch the replay. So the front has settled down into a stalemate of some description. At this point, players will probably enjoy the opportunity to eco. Arch is definitely looking to do some kind of Restorer snipe, gunship snipe. The Restorer should be able to deal with the T1 AA, T1 interceptors that the enemy has. We do have some SAMs around for Bloder, so that's good to see. It's kind of reaching the time where you want to worry that there is a Monkey Lord coming to you, but I don't see one being built quite just yet. With Archer's eco, he might be more tempted to go for an experimental. The wall stayed the same. Ravagers now out for Wi-Fi, so that's going to help definitely control this area. Both players have done an excellent job in actually getting the reclaim for the reclaim field. The resources are here. We do have ASFs out for Squall, and they're trying to take out the Restorer, but they are not getting the job done. He's just losing gunships. Although one Restorer is on very low health, he will not die. And ASFs actually leave quite nice mass donations as well. That looks like T3 Mobile Arty. We've got this unit that is called a Sath Anus. Sath Anus? Sounds suspect. More sniper bots as well. So a lot is going to depend on whether these Restorer are going to get the job done. What's Archer's eco? It's like he's heavily power stored. He's going to advance nano, so that's probably the main reason. His assistant is hugely, so yeah, these engineers are drawing minus 500 power each, so he really, really wants to advance nano repair. Though I am wondering why he bothered to, if that was the right call, to delay his Restorer, because his windows of opportunity for his Restorer to work is not huge. We've got some flak from Harzer here, but that might not, or 2 won't be enough. I think it's Skull's ASF that they're going to need to rely on to stop the Restorer, but I don't think the top team can just sit here idle. Well, they're not, because Wi-Fi is pushing on the right hand side. He's got some Percivals, and if he can get some HP damage off of Harzer, then that will create some opportunity for the Restorer to come and finish and get the kill, and maybe that's exactly what they're planning for. Those Restorers, I mean those Percivals are going to work their magic. Their only vulnerability right now is the overcharge from Harzer. He lost the Percy, and that's not great. When you have so few, you want to really make sure you don't lose them. But yes, so please send in the Restorer, get the kill on Harzer. You have a window of opportunity here. It's not being exercised on. Archer's on the left hand side being absolutely bullied by Broder. It looks like he's going to die for sure. He got that in the last absolute second. He's fighting for his life. The items are here. He will be trying to get some overcharges maybe. The Restorers are here to help. The bricks from Grumplex are coming to get the kill too. Harzer on the right hand side has in fact survived, but Archer's in some very serious jeopardy. I guess he needed advanced nano repair after all. The Restorer killing the sniper bots because of course they are. But Grumplex is still charging forward with his 3 bricks. They won't survive under this Restorer fire. Were the Restorers needed to keep Arch alive? Probably. Was he too busy to get the kill on Harzer? Almost certainly. But Squall is going to need to get a ton more ASF to deal with this Restorer wall. And is he just building more Restorer? He is. It's a shame he is missing a few mexes that got destroyed. Hopefully he will rebuild them. Wi-Fi is trying to keep his eco up against the MML push. What's bottom team up to? They seem to be satisfied with very nearly killing Arch more than once now. Escaping on a lick of health. He got a veterancy in the absolute blink of an eye at the right moment, or he would have, I think, just going to go dead. Scout Samson, he can just go in with his army. Scout Samson, you can just go in with this army, focus 1 Sam. So, Wish trying to give advice to his teammates. So there is a that's not a Cougar. It's a lightning tank. Oh, that's a. You want to kill that before you go in with your Restorer, or at least kill it very, very quickly. The Restorer trying to get some damage done, but they're being area denied by the flag. They are killing some units, but the bottom team is acutely aware of the threat the Restorers face. But they really want to. Ideally, you want to take out the flag before. But this is too much flak for the Restorer. Or you don't want to fly your Restorer over that kind of flak. You just don't. You want to find a better opportunity, a better option. Grumplex, what are you doing up here with that brick? That's very sneaky. Naughty. Oh, brick's been dropped here by Grumplex. That's a very good move. And this is the kind of shit you can get away with when you fall with V2. Like, take advantage of your micro. If you have additional micro, just do drops all over the map. It's exactly the way you should be playing this. Because 2 players, they have more eco, but they don't have more micro. And anything you can do to force a reaction from drops like this is absolutely perfect. So that these drops are a good move. Drops are a good move at the best of times, but when you're at a 2-4 disadvantage APM wise, they're so much a better option. They're gonna get so much work done. I think they'll get this mech too. Actually, I don't know, it might just survive. It will survive. But either which way, it means those Restorers are there and not elsewhere. And he's losing so many maxes to these bricks. It's very good play. Is he going to lose a T3P gen? He is. Oh, that's bad. Hearts has been defeated. Jesus Christ, people are dying left, right, and center. I'm not paying attention. But I maintain that P-Gen was important. GC has been built down here. I mean, I feel like Hearts has been dancing with death for quite some time. I am going to go with it was the Perseus that killed Hartzer. I still want to know how Wish died. We're going to have to see, but the offensive from Blood are pushing down forward. That's a thumbnail. Arch is given no fucks. He just charged in there and killed Squall. Jesus Christ, these people are playing aggressive as fuck. And I was busy taking screenshots on the offense who are doing work. Like, stagger the action. Don't do all the action all at the same time. So we've got Grimplex and Bloated now versus Wi-Fi and Arch. Heartser and Squall dying in very quick succession. Completely underestimating the Seraphim upgraded Calm. He's just going absolute ham with his advanced nano regen. I've got Perseus now. I've got Courses. That's a sign of desperation if I ever saw one. These Othams are doing some great work. More T3 pigeons going down. The eco on Arch is just... He doesn't... It's fine. He has enough excess power. It doesn't seem to matter. There is a lot going on here. This replay did not fail to deliver. Bottom team doesn't seem to have an answer for these Perseus and this Calm. The answer is in fact air. The Restorer... Oh my goodness. There are many fewer Restorer now than there were a few moments ago, so they died to something. I missed that fight. I apologize. There's a lot going on. But Arch is deciding better of life and choosing to... No, he's still trying to hang around. I don't think they can stay here indefinitely. There'll be enough courses eventually that will force you to die or to leave. The Restorer choosing to stay up north, dealing with the brick problem. All these mechs is just being like one by one taken out. What is this income? It's still 104, so it's... I mean, Bloater's on 443 and Wi-Fi's on 616 or some such. And Grimplex and Arch don't seem to have much together, but Bloater does have 3 bases versus the 2 of Wi-Fi. Arch is still seemingly on full health. Brick's coming down for him now. He will need to do overcharges to try and even this up, but is he just going to stand here and die? He's trying to set in some shields. He's got some Cougars out now and some Perseus, but is he baiting them? Does he want him to think that they can win? Or is it just too much going on? So much T3 mobile RD. Bro, this has been annoying. His comms nice and safe. Bloater and Grimplex here together. What's the GC like? Are they still trying to build that? No, it is an abandoned project. We all have those in our lives. We think we've got the good idea, we started, and then we just forget about it. It's like our dreams in the garage, on the shelf. Dusty and forgotten. Yeah, the Restorer just dying to ASF now. Not enough to handle the ASF cloud, so I think Arch should transition off of Restorer and just go for ASF, or just forget about air dominance altogether. The comms are still forward, they're still on higher health, still causing trouble, denying 2 bases worth of max, so that's really good. But this T3 mobile RD is just causing trouble, but at the moment they're just killing T1 engineers, so I guess they can be ignored for as long as they're content with killing T1 engineers. We've got sniper bots from Grimplex, we've got a Monkey Lord finally at the 30-minute mark. We finally have a Monkey Lord coming out. We have Cougars doing some overwhelming, like they're just busy, it's a target-rich environment. Still more Perseus. What's the reclaim field look like? Okay, so the engineers have been out and about reclaiming all game, and the only reclaim that's really around is where things have very recently been destroyed. So all players very, very good on their reclaim goals. The Perseus just... They're going to take apart the space if they're given time. The Bricks trying to counter Perseus, but Perseus can kite Bricks. And if they do that, they do very well against Bricks, actually. We have T2 PD coming down, and they'll try and keep the Perseus at range. With this few Perseus, rather, you do want to try and micro them, and to try and keep the weak ones out of range. this mobile Adi blob. It's expensive, but it's trying to kill a T1 factory, so it's not doing the most damage. But then, are there better targets for it to shoot at? And the answer is not really. Top team feeling seemingly content enough to ignore it, use in Zooies to kill them. So what wins, T1 mobile Adi or T3 mobile Adi? I have a feeling T1 mobile Adi actually beats T3 mobile Adi, which is quite ridiculous when you think about it, but here we are. There's mobile shields there, which is continuing that fight, and still Arch and Wi-Fi have their comms on the front. They don't seem to give a shit. The Monkey Lord is coming. Is this Monkey Lord going to kill the comms? I think it might do. Jeez. If the comms come together and overcharge the Monkey Lord in quick succession with the Perseus, I think there is a way that it can survive. But otherwise, I think he just dies. Yeah, he just dies. He's trying to get out of range, but it's not going to work. If Wi-Fi and Arch knew that the monkey was coming, they could have grouped up and beat it. But they just didn't know. So Wi-Fi is still in this game. The monkey is down, but can he do it all by himself? And I don't think he can. So that was the right move. Nothing else was seemingly working against his push, but the Monkey Lord did the job. And this map is generally, I find, is too big for one poor little person to control. I don't know why the units aren't being sent to him, but I don't think it matters. Wi-Fi is down to his last dregs of health. The shield is recharging, but the Mega is also coming. This mobile Adi blob got pushed back by the Zooies. That's so hilarious. Come on, Wi-Fi, hurry up and die. Wi-Fi. Hurry up and die so we can go and do better things with our lives. Is this, what the hell is going on? Why does Arch still have his units in his control? Is Arch controlling them? Is this some kind of weird ass bug? Look, I don't think it matters. I think this game's over. He's still trying to send them. This is so weird. I have no idea what the hell's going on. There wasn't desync or anything. We have a chicken alpha bloater, so that should be able to walk in and just do stuff. I wonder if this has desync, but it doesn't seem like it has. This is so weird. Okay, so Wi-Fi decides to run all the way back home. So many kills. 17,000 mass killed. The chicken's on the move, so I think the chicken ends the game. Even if... Like, is anybody controlling Blue's units? Now they finally go to Wi-Fi. It was so weird. I have no idea what caused that. We've got spearheads out. They're a very... not commonly observed unit, but hopefully this chicken just ends this, because I think it's time for this game to end. The chicken is trying to dodge as best as can, just running away, but running away from what? Maybe he just wants to get the Perseus. Ha, fair enough. Trying to get some good angles on that right arm shot. Not very good at shooting backwards. The Fat Boy is out as well, so we've got some experimentals out in the field. So is the Megalith. And he's, kiting the Perseus, and the Megalith is going to clean up this Perseus. Quick sticks. What are you doing, Mr. Chicken? Where are you going? What are your ambitions? He's foot loose and fancy free. Those Oblivion turrets are going to kill you. You're not going to survive them. There's too many. surely Wi-Fi doesn't win this. Like, surely. But he actually has 3/4 of the map. And he has more eco. He can win this. This game is not over. No, sir, this game is not over at all. We've got a Fatboy out, we've got a GC coming, we have GC already here. So the only advantage that the bottom team has is air control and this massive fleet of T3 strat bombers, so okay. Okay, so there's going to be a strat snipe. That being said, Wi-Fi has tons of health, tons of health. So if he keeps him in the back with some AA in front, that strat snipe will have difficulty. You've got sniper bots out from Wi-Fi who will try and counter the Megalith that way. I don't know how sniper bots do against Megaliths. I don't think it's going to work. They're going to die so fast. I guess you have to keep them at range, and if you don't, they're going to needle down its health. We have strats coming up, revealing themselves, trying to get to work on the Fatboy. They didn't get the kill. I think they will now. Yes, the Fatboy is dead, but easily reclaimed by Wi-Fi. But revealing the hand, the strat bombs are on the field. We've got Cougars, which will take their toll. So, okay, yeah. Please kill Mai. Would you like to finish that sentence? There's an incomplete sentence. But Wi-Fi is still very much in this game. He can win this. He's got the eco for it. He's got the map control. He's losing the map control very quickly. But if he doesn't maintain air control, the strap bombs should kill him. Oh my goodness, he's gone nuke. Is it like he's gone nuke? That I'm pretty sure no one's bothered to build SMD. Grumplex, just one monkey has worked, so just throw in more monkeys. So this area has just revealed it is a wealth of mass in terms of mass extractors and reclaim fields. So it's happy to see the engineers from Grumplex are spiraling out to reclaim that. We have so many bombers from Bloder now, like 15. I don't know if Wi-Fi can handle 15 strap bombers. This GC I don't think is going to survive. It's going to die to chicken. It's going to survive, Jesus Christ. But not against this Master 3 experimentals. I don't think Wi-Fi can stop them. This is, I think, too much. The Megaliths are, they can just sit back and do damage all the live day long. And Wi-Fi doesn't seem to have anything to counter it. What is his plan? His plan is to move his comm forward and die to strap bombers. Surely he dies here. Oh my goodness. So that's it. Well done to everyone. I think this is a very nice game. It had a lot going on. And finishing with an experimental push. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.